I'm anxious to just have a fun night away from the kids with all my friends.
Khloe Kardashian is throwing major shade at Kim for how she chooses to prioritize her life and how her kids will be affected. In the trailer for season 5 of The Kardashians, the sisters appear to be feuding with each other over their insanely different perspectives on parenting. But how exactly has Khloe been criticizing Kim as a mother? The truth about what she's revealed and how Kim has been parenting lately is seriously crazy, so let's get into it. Kim has been accused by many of her critics of being an uninvolved mother. But now, even her own sister is calling her out for not being a very present parent. The teaser trailer for the upcoming season of The Kardashians was recently released, and it shows Khloe disapproving of Kim's ongoing decision to prioritize her work over her children. In the beginning of the video, Kim claimed that she and her famous family members had all made the same vow to themselves last year.
Slow down, take some time off, be present in the moment.
But according to Khloe, they hadn't been able to follow through with that commitment.
Have the Kardashians slowed down? No.
At one point during the trailer, she explained that aside from her, everybody in the family had been busy doing the same thing. But she also hinted at the reason why she hadn't been joining her mom and her siblings.
The whole family is out of the country. Someone has to be here, even for all the kids.
Khloe implied that she had been watching her sister's kids while they traveled, and it sounded like some of them were gone pretty frequently. But then Kim attempted to defend herself and her absent parenting in an honestly bizarre way.
Everyone just has a different idea of what success is.
While that may be true in business, if someone barely ever chooses to spend time with their children, most people wouldn't consider them to be a very successful parent. But Kim still wasn't done trying to justify why she had been spending more time working than at home with her kids.
Running a business, back and forth for meetings, I'm in law school.
Toward the end of the trailer, Chris alluded to some challenges that Kim had been facing as a result of being a working mom. However, when she asked Kim if she had talked about her struggles to Khloe yet, Kim said no and added that Khloe was simply too judgmental. But let's be real. Khloe's frustration with Kim over how much time she was spending away from her kids is completely understandable. Kim has been talking about how difficult it's been to balance her family life with her extremely busy schedule for quite a while now. However, it seems like she never actually does anything to improve the situation. Not to mention, Kim's choice to continue dedicating more of her time to her career than to her kids has most likely been affecting Khloe in an unbelievable way. Khloe has her hands full with raising her 2 young children, and she also has her own career to worry about. So whenever she ends up having to take care of Kim's kids too, that just adds onto the amount of responsibilities and stress that are already in her life. In the past, Khloe has mentioned that she enjoys spending time with her nieces and nephews, but based on how annoyed she was in the trailer, it sounds like Kim had been taking advantage of her willingness to help out with the kids. According to The Hollywood Reporter, filming for season 5 of The Kardashians took place toward the end of last year. The teaser clip hinted at Kourtney being rushed into the operating room for emergency fetal surgery, which happened in September. That means it's been over half a year since we shaded her sister for not being a present parent, but Kim is still working all the time. Just over the last few months, the amount of meetings and events that she's attended is honestly outrageous. People magazine reported that at the end of January, Kim traveled by plane to Paris. While attending Couture Week, she appeared at the Maison Margiela Haute Couture Spring 2024 show. She took another trip less than 2 weeks later, but for a totally different reason. According to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation website, on February 9th, Kim visited 2 separate prisons in Chowchilla, which is about 255 miles from her home in Hidden Hills. Apparently, she was filming for her family's reality show while she toured the facilities. But just one day later, she was living it up in a neighboring state. An article published by Page 6 revealed that Kim spent Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas. She reportedly enjoyed the nightlife with Odell Beckham Jr. on Saturday and attended the big game on Sunday. Afterward, she spent the rest of the evening partying again. Not surprisingly, her schedule for March was also incredibly busy. According to People magazine, not even 3 weeks after Kim's weekend in Las Vegas, she left the country again to attend Paris Fashion Week. But just days after she appeared on the Balenciaga show, Vogue Australia reported that she was spotted at the Vanity Fair Oscars after party. Honestly, it really does seem like Kim spends more time traveling and getting glammed up for her appearances than she does with her children. It might be different if she needed the money, but we all know that that's definitely not the case. In April, People magazine published an article about Kim's recent appearances, including the Breakthrough Prize ceremony and the 2024 Low Maximo Awards. According to CNN, she flew to Washington, D.C. later that month for a seriously shocking reason. Kim accompanied Vice President Kamala Harris for a conversation about the pardons President Joe Biden had issued one day earlier. The people who had received pardons also joined the discussion, which was held at the White House. But about a week after she returned to California, she was already back on the East Coast again. Just recently, Kim traveled to New York City, where she made a red carpet appearance at the Met Gala. But instead of flying home to spend quality time with her kids, what she did after the event was absolutely insane. People magazine reported that right after Kim left the Met Gala, she flew to Hamburg, Germany, where she attended the 2024 OMR Festival. On both days of the conference, she spoke on a guest panel alongside other entrepreneurs and digital professionals. Believe it or not, those are only the major appearances and events that Kim has attended over the last few months. She also goes to photo shoots, business meetings, and frequently stops by her office at the Skims headquarters as well. It's obvious that Kim hasn't cut back on the amount of work she's been doing, considering she's almost constantly away from home. She clearly isn't physically present in her children's lives very often, so it's highly unlikely that she's emotionally present for them either. Kim's 4 kids are between the ages of 5 and 10 years old, so they're still young and impressionable. It's ridiculous that she thinks her absence from their daily lives is justified just because she's working, especially since she doesn't need the extra income. But it seems like she's content to have her children basically be raised by nannies. According to what a source told Life and Style, Kim regularly works 14 to 16-hour days. Meanwhile, her kids are being taken care of by a team of up to 6 nannies who are also expected to work really long hours. But that's not even the craziest part. An insider revealed to the U.S. Sun that Kim tries to balance motherhood with her career by scheduling 15 minutes to spend with each of her children per day. But sadly, that isn't even guaranteed to happen. The source claimed that sometimes Kim's work schedule is too packed for her to fit in any bonding time with her kids. It's no wonder Khloe is criticizing Kim for prioritizing work over her children. It sounds like it hasn't been important to her to actually be present and involved in her kids' lives for quite a while. Unfortunately, that probably won't be changing anytime soon either, based on how busy her work life has been over the last few months. It'll be interesting to see exactly what Khloe says about her sister's parenting on season 5 of The Kardashians. But now that we've talked about how Kim has been continuing to prioritize her career over her children lately, I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on Khloe shading Kim for not being a very present parent? Do you think Kim will ever cut back on her workload and spend more time with her kids? Let me know in the comments below.